To give you guys a summary, this is an overview of what's been happening at the wall. You guys are not at the wall right now. Tor'Dur-Dum has been your home for the past 3 months, and most of that time you've been assigned to wall patrol amongst the numerous enemies, both living and dead, that assault the wall. Since the battle against the corpse of corpses over a month ago, there has been little to no undead activity. The effectiveness of the lamp cannons seems to have decimated the enemy's ability to use undead armies. The new lamp defense system has lifted the spirits of the dwarven army, as you hear far less complaining from the dwarves about the lack of manpower along the wall. However, far from the wall, deep underground is where the party is currently at.
So wait, are we still from before, where we're like going back from when we dropped them off?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, so whatever happened to them? We just let them go there?
The party is currently at the edge of the Path of Exile, where the party has just banished Ulrich Steeltoe and the Steeltoe clan. As a lift slowly ascends empty, a process which took a while, you see that no dwarves are on it. The cliff that you are on marks the beginning of the Underdark, where Tor'Dur-Dum's reign ends and where the territories of the Drow begin. As it stands, there is currently a written truce between the Drow and dwarves. However, every day there are small skirmishes between the two factions. A few dead here, a few unaccounted for there, something typical for two warring nations at peace. So you guys are on this lift, and you've just exiled Ulrich, and basically him and his whole clan went on this lift, about 12 of them, and you lowered their lift down. It's a big, massive lift with chains and pulleys and gears, and then you brought it back up, and it's empty now. You are on this cliffside, and there are 4 of you plus 4 other dwarves, basically the guards of Tor'Dur-Dum that helped you guard the prisoners as you brought them here. The party continues back to Tor'Dur-Dum. If you make haste, you can reach the city by nightfall. You pass through the previous battle against the water hag with the wicked penciled hair and ghosts. While traveling through the tunnels, Malachi almost walks into something feasting upon some dwarves. In the darkness, at most you can see is a silhouette of the creature. They look...
No, yeah, you're screwed.
They look towards your direction and ditch their dwarven feast, as you can now clearly see the face as it gets closer.
I say we throw our mage there. The orc is safe. It has no intelligence.
Dude, I'm smarter than you guys. What are you talking about?
You guys are at the scene, and you're coming through the tunnels, and it opens up to a chasm. And it's pretty dark in here, but you see a bunch of dwarves lying on the ground, and you see these 2 creatures that have been feasting upon them. Can you guys roll a stealth check, each one of you? Oh.
I rolled a 3!
No.
So
you rolled a 3?
No, he did.
Well, you rolled a 3, but you have such massive bonus.
Yeah.
That total 20. Nahum rolled an 8, but because of his armor penalty. But I'll describe the scene to you. So you guys are coming through these tunnels, and you've been wandering through it, trying to get back to Tor'Dur-Dum by nightfall. This has only been, about... It's like a 5-hour walk journey, and you guys have only done about an hour's worth. And all of a sudden, you stumble into this big cavern. As you can see, there's these boulders that are sort of blocking your vision, and you can hear just faint water trickling through the middle of this cavern. And you see these 2 mind flayers that are been feasting upon the dwarves. And
Are you allowed to call it that?
yeah, sure. These squid faces. Because you guys had some really bad stealth checks, you see Malachi give the signal to stop, and Nahum, that's right behind him, isn't really paying attention. He just jostles into Malachi, and you hear his armor rustle, and you hear all this clamor and stuff, and you guys are trying to be quiet, but unfortunately you guys weren't successful at it.
Saying it's orc's fault then.
Yeah, no, Nahum wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
In the midst of the dim light, you see the mind flayers pointing at you guys, and specifically, they're pointing at Flynn, and you hear a telepathic voice in your head saying, "You," pointing at Flynn, "you had the juiciest brain. I will save you for last."
But I made my stealth check.
That's true. Sure. Okay, the next smartest one would probably be Malachi. Saying, "You, Malachi, have the juiciest brain. I will save you for dessert."
So wait, sir is not smart?
Huh?
The sorcerer doesn't have intelligence?
Bryn's a sorcerer. I think him and Malachi are neck and neck, but Malachi's in the front.
Got like charisma, yeah.
The other mind flayer also telepathically broadcasts to you guys, yes, let's eat the 0 calories ones first and savor the fatty ones for last. And they start heading towards you guys, and they're looking at Nahum right now, and they're salivating because you got the lowest intelligence. So you see one of the mind flayers come out, and he does this overwhelming sensory blast, hits you guys, and it just overloads and scrambles your guys' brain. This sonic, not really sonic, but more of this mind scream pierces all your brains in this radius, except for dwarves behind the rocks, because the tunnel sort of turns. Malachi, Nahum, Flynn, and Bryn are caught up in this mind blast. Can each one of you roll a will save?
Oh, I have garbage Wilson.
Oh, Nahum, you had the best chance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Malachi rolled a
Tell
20.
you, I roll lousy.
Everyone had a really low roll. Bryn got a 17. Flynn had an 8. You're with a -2 penalty. So yeah, you got an 8.
Yeah.
Nahum,
Hey, I made it. Well, my will save is 26.
I know. Yeah, I'm going through the list right now.
Oh, okay.
Nahum rolled 11. He actually physically rolled a 2, but he rolled really low. You guys hear this disruption in your brain, and instantly your brains shut off, except for Malachi. Your brains just are overloaded by this blast.
Shoot. All right.
And
Hey,
you guys are stunned for 8 rounds.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Craig.
It's actually Nahum's turn, but because of his mind just shutting off, he just has this drooling blank stare, and he's just like drool coming down his mouth, and he can't do anything. The other one walks around also. He does a sonic mind blast also, just to cover. He doesn't know what's successful or not. They both do a mind blast. So Malachi, you're the only one there. Can you do a will save again?
If I fail, this is a party wipe, dude. Will save. Come on.
Oh god. Nice.
Yeah.
You hear this shockwave of just negative mind power just battling you out, and you're just like trying to focus intently, and you're able to shrug it off, and you're like, come on, let's go, and you're like, you punch yourself in the face trying to like get amped up. Everyone else is frozen. Malachi, it's your turn.
Okay, well, shoot. I just nerfed myself, but I'll go charge him. Actually, first off, I'm gonna go into my stance, my snake style stance,
Okay.
and then I charge him.
Okay. I'll allow that. The wall clipping was gonna block your movement, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
okay. Sure.
Yeah. They're a little astonished that you're still able to move. They're like, we should have paralyzed him.
Yeah, forget it. I'll go after this guy.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So they said we should have paralyzed him. They're a little, you get right up next to one of them. Go ahead and do your attack. It's +2 to hit.
So I charge, and I try to grab its tentacles and smash it into his face.
Your fist pummels him into the squid face, and you just it's trying to wrap around your fist right now. But you do 16 points of damage. The dwarves yell, "Get out of there! Run away!" And one of them comes up, and he's just waiting for you guys. He's waiting for Malachi, and the other two start pulling Bryn and Flynn away as they're dragging their bodies out. So they're
Wait, what? Everyone's leaving?
yeah, they're running.
Sucks to be you, dude. I told you to run.
I'm not gonna run with you guys all jacked up.
So they're pulling a Bryn,
I
and
can't do anything anyway.
they're dragging them out right now.
Just think no thoughts.
They're dragging the bodies as most efficiently as they can. As soon as you see that happen, out of the darkness, this thing starts floating, coming towards the group. This eye with many stalks starts floating towards the group.
It's an illusion. They hate each other.
As soon as you see that happen, you see the mind flayers, Elithids, just turn around. They retch in hair, and you start screaming telepathically. They're like, "Focus on the eyes!" And so they start turning, and you see this beholder start coming in, and he shoots his main eye, which is a anti-magic area effect, and the ray basically nullifies whatever the mind flayers had around them at the time. They had some defenses, magical defenses, and the main eye basically broke all their defenses down. And at the same time, the eye basically allowed the mind effect that the party was undergoing to fade away. The anti-magic eye basically made the effect go away.
So here's the question, guys. Who do we go after?
I continue running.
The mind flayer that is next to Nam just drops his tentacle and he takes a 5-foot step, starts pulling out his dagger, and the anti-magic eye is allowing it so that none of his blasts are doing anything right now. Nam, it's your turn. You regain senses and you sort of are in horror as you see this battle taking place in front of you.
I cast Sanctuary Evil.
Anti-magic field.
Yeah, the anti-magic field's in place right now. So your
What?
character would probably know that right now.
Wait, what? What anti-magic field?
Beholder's main eye permeates an anti-magic area where
Oh,
no
I
magical.
thought you just canceled it. That
Yeah,
wasn't a dispel then.
no, it's a constant dispel, like a constant anti-magical area.
Oh well, then I'll attack whatever my brother's attacking.
I would suggest you guys run, as if the dwarves said.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't know
Okay.
why you guys are attacking these beasts.
Okay, I'm running.
Running-
How far can I run?
Is always an option. If Lynn was to do a knowledge check, these things are beyond you guys.
Yeah.
Along with
Yeah.
especially 3 of them, it'd be instant death. So I would recommend you guys running. Nam runs, and the other mind flayer that's nearest to the beholder takes his dagger out, and he attempts to stab the beholder in the eye. The dagger bounces off the beholder's hard like plating on his body. It wasn't able to pierce him, and he totally missed the eye. It wasn't even close. Bryn is next up.
Yeah, he turns tail. I mean, he doesn't even have his crossbow out.
Okay. So Bryn flees, is running out. It's Malachi's turn.
he basically yells at the group, "My brother and I will defend or retreat. Fall back."
Bryn casts web.
When you said you wanted to go after them, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're gonna die. And Flynn is retreating also. I'll move
Yeah.
you down. After Malachi starts retreating, the dwarf pulls out a bottle and he's like, "Oh, my friend gave this to me. It's just in time." And he throws a bottle, and it's a bottle of basically alchemic explosion. And I was trying to figure out if alchemy is voided by the magic eye, or anti-magic, but I'm not sure. But
No,
for
it's not.
intents of this game right now, the bottle erupts as it as it breaks and it makes contact with oxygen. It just flares up and it causes like this little explosion that rumbles right around right here. Yeah, if you
Pointer.
hit the space bar, it gives you a little pointer. Yeah, Mark. Hey, stop touching the beholders or the mind flayer. Hey, stop it!
That
You're the one that
one.
introduced it.
It just hit the space bar.
Giving us
Miles.
power.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, hey!
And it erupts, and you see some of the rubble start tumbling down, and you guys are basically gonna hightail out of there and leave the battle between the beholder and the mind flayers.
Oh wait, so did it cause a landslide? Do we get XP for killing them?
You don't get XP for killing them.
But we created a landslide.
We encountered them.
You encountered them, exactly. You survived the encounter. That's
Exactly.
experience.
To give you an example of what this place looks like, it's just a maze. There's a bridge. Basically, you guys are in this underground tunnel. Since the path back is too dangerous, you guys are forced to retreat and go a different way. And huffing and puffing, you hear Bryn is quite winded. And as he's running, you hear him coughing a bit, along with some of the other dwarves. They're coughing a little bit. And you guys are running to your heart's extent, trying to get out of this area because it's a little hot right now. The dwarves agree that the underground is a little too dangerous, and they decide to go topside via the nearest outpost. So there's you guys are in this network of caves, but there's also outposts in certain areas. Going twisting and turning through the tunnels, you reach the underground entrance to a dwarven outpost. The dwarves push a secret button, and they recite a word, and you see it glow, and it sort of recedes away, and it retracts into a stairway, which will bring you to the next area. So as he's doing this, you guys, the dwarves are saying, "We'll be going to the outpost. It'll be a little bit safer that way." And so they're going to the small outpost. He describes it as a 3-story tower with probably about 8 dwarves that are fortifying the keep. Okay. So this is where you guys are going, and as you're coming into this area, The dwarves went first because they opened the door, and they start running up the stairs, like unexpectedly running, like dashing. You guys are like, what's going on? And you hear shouts of battling as you come up the stairs. You just hear a lot of crashing and breaking and shouting as the dwarves are doing like a battle cry and running. And it comes up to Malachi.
Okay, so and this is the one. This is the only path over here
Yeah,
to the left.
yeah. So you could run through friendly foes. There's a stairs going up, which is about 15 feet, and it opens into a open area, but you can't really tell because you're in the stairwell right now.
Can I get into my combat stance?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I'll go with combat
Wait,
stance.
hold on. Before you get that, when you get to the edge of the stairs, go to the edge of the stairs if you want. From Malachi's point of view, he sees these large half scorpion, half men, and the men are in heavy armor, and they're sort of attacking this makeshift barrier that the dwarves have constructed. So you guys are running to...
Which half? The scorpion is half scorpion, half men?
Yes. So
like their butt are men and then the head of a scorpion?
no, let me
Other
zoom.
way around.
Driders.
That's a wrong way, but so they're half men on the top and all scorpion on the bottom.
Wait. So we're in a tower, but they're on the top?
No, you guys are at the basement. You guys are coming up from underground. So this is the ground level 0 that you're in.
I see.
And as Malachi gets in there, he sees these two big scorpions, and they're like barely able to fit in this area, and they're right against this barrier, and they're like trying to break down the barrier with their claws. You see their stinging tail try to go over the barrier and trying to get to the dwarves behind it. And on the other side, you see these 3 dwarves. So there's 4 dwarves coming up the stairs. Malachi was the first to react. As soon as he heard battle noises, he just ran past them. You see the 3 dwarves behind the barrier, right over here. They're sort of putting their backs to the barrier, sitting down, trying to reinforce the barrier. And they're, you look and they're a little bit wounded. They've been battling for a little while, and they're sort of like a little fatigued, as you can see.
These three dwarves?
Yep, those 3 dwarves. As soon as Malachi runs up, you see the dwarf in the middle. He says, "Rerix be praised." And Rerix is the god of the dwarves. Like, "Rerix be praised. The reinforcements are here. Where's Jorthy?" And so he's sort of asking us a question as he's sitting next to the barrier, sort of bracing it.
Okay.
I mean,
So do I recognize what these things are? Can I do a knowledge
that's
check?
what they say when an orc comes out the stairs?
Yeah, because, like I said, half-orcs aren't necessarily evil. They're sort of... half-orcs in this world are more of tacticianers. They make excellent generals because they have a battle-aware mind. They're so accustomed to battle that they make some really difficult choices, but they're able to do a good job at commanding, at leading troops. 3 other dwarves came up too. There's one dwarf that they're able to see coming up the path, and then they see Malachi running up also.
Do I recognize them? What these things are?
You just recognize them as sort of like a aberration. They're half scorpion, half human that you could tell. There's plate armor on them, so you can't really see what type of race is underneath there because they're in full plate.
As I go to battle these things,
Mm-hmm.
he yells back to Flynn and he asks, "Flynn, what are these monstrosities?" Basically, I'm gonna ask if you know what their weaknesses are and strengths.
Flynn can't see them right now.
Oh, I know.
Uh-huh.
I'm just segueing into that.
Okay.
So, I guess I get on top of one of these get on top of the barrier,
Okay.
and I'm in my stance, and I try to swing at one of the things.
You would have to go past the barrier in order to do that. Right now, you are. Huh?
Okay, so what do I need to do that?
You need to get through the barrier, and the barrier is difficult terrain. You've already moved 20 from where you were, and it's difficult terrain, so you'd have to do a double move, and that would give you no opportunity to hit them.
So basically, and then for now, then I go ahead and just go here and I help the dwarves brace the wall.
Okay. Niam, it's your turn.
I will also go up there.
Bren, go up 20 feet only, right? That's
Fireball.
all as far as you can go.
He could go 30 as one move action. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, because he's not small. I'm small.
Yes.
I'm so used to 20.
And then he could either do a double move, another move, or he could do a spell or something. There is a wall, so you won't be able to really see the scorpion from where he is.
So if he gets in here,
Mhm.
Like, what
Fireball.
might he be able to do next turn?
He could probably erupt a fireball above like area. That would be permissible, yeah.
But he gets in as safe a place as he could.
Okay.
Strategically, of course.
Those stairs next to Bryn go up, just to let you know.
Okay. Above ground tower.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, right now you're on floor 0, and as I said earlier, there are 3 floors. So Bryn sort of goes behind one of the dwarves, and he's sitting there strategically looking, trying to see what options he has. And Flynn, it's your turn.
That's too far for me.
Yeah.
I'm little.
You
I'll
could
just go.
You could do 40 total.
Yeah.
I'll let you squeeze next to Malachi if you want to squeeze next to him.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like get in here and sort of start taking a peek, but still mostly in the stairwell.
Okay.
I might as well inspire courage.
Okay, so you see just Flynn start chanting. He's like, "Go team, go!" So you see Flynn start busting out this tune, and it's sort of uplifting you guys, and he's sort of singing like the Lin Min May we will win song, and sort of encouraging you guys. The Scorpion man in front of Malachi sees that more reinforcements are coming, and they're sort of trying to attack the barricade even more. And you see his tail whip out, and it's going to try to hit. No one's in range. He's trying to just go over the top, but he's trying to sting you guys, but you guys are a little bit too far away. He's just blindly trying to hit.
The orc sting is back.
No, it has a really long tail. He moves aside, and you see this tail just dart out right next to his head, and it's trying to hit the
I want a
barrier,
picture of it. I want to see it.
trying to go over the barrier. I was looking for a picture. I couldn't really find a good one. There's something like the Spider-Man Venom guy or what Scorpion guy. There's that guy. They had think of the end of what's it called? The Mummy 3 or 2, the one with the rock.
Scorpion King, you mean?
Yeah, the Scorpion King, sort of like that. They have like lances or spears, and they're sort of like trying to jab it through the barrier to get at the dwarves. And the dwarves are putting their shields up behind them, trying to block the way. And so the barrier is pretty effective right now, but you see that their claws are sort of moving debris and trying to rip away at it. Maybe, I don't know, in 3 or 4 rounds, maybe they might be able to get through it. Or their spears might be able to pierce through it. Maybe 2 rounds. Next to you guys, you start hearing arrows whizzing by, and they're either going too high or they're being blocked by the barricade. You hear one of the dwarfs, the dwarf in the middle, he's like, "Is that all you got, you overgrown land lobster?" And he's like taunting as he's bracing the barrier. And he's like, "You never answered my question. Where's Dorothy?" And so he's asking you guys in general. The dwarves that were next to Flynn, they start flooding the room also. And they're like, "Dorothy, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. Like, who is this? Who's Dorothy?
And he's like, you guys aren't the reinforcements? We sent 4 good men looking for reinforcements while we blocked off this area.
Yeah, they got eaten by mind flayers.
So Malachi responds, "No, Mishakal sent us."
So they do recognize that's the god of divine healing and stuff. So they feel a little bit more at ease. It's like, we're ready to defend this outpost to the last drop of blood. And so they're starting to be a little more, their morale's a little bit higher because they were basically waiting for reinforcements. And if nothing was going to come, they were just going to basically last man standing type thing.
Malachi interrupts, "There's no need. Their blood will be spilled."
So you see the dwarves are reinforcing the barrier, and it's sort of blocking both sides from attacking right now. And it's Malachi's turn.
He yells out, "Damn archers in the back." And then he asks Flynn, "What do you know about these aberrations?"
I still can't see him.
I still can't see him?
No.
No, you can. You're next to Malachi. Your back's against the wall. Because
okay.
you're small. I'll let that. I'll allow that. That's fine.
Cool.
You
I'll
gotta
take it.
jump up a little bit. Look, take a peek. Basically, I'm trying to figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge check. You know these to be sort of sort of like centaurs. They're also pretty prevalent in the desert lands. They have a really thick armor hide, and they have a stinging tail, as you can see. They're basically these massive claws that could almost break through rocks. And these are a bit different because they're a little more heavier armored than others, so you think it's a little odd that they have plate mail on, but they seem to be very proficient with it.
Seeing that the barrier probably isn't going to last too long.
We can go upstairs and jump out and get him from behind.
No, wait. I'm yelling at the dwarf if he has
And
any
Bryn
more
can
of
cast
those.
web to reinforce the barrier.
No, I'm yelling at the dwarf to throw one of their flasks again.
That one dwarf had that one flask.
Oh, you only need one?
Let me do. I'll roll to see if other ones have it. I'll say that they have a 30% chance. There's 3 more, so one of them had a flask. So if you wanted to, you could ask them to throw it if you want to.
Behind them.
Huh?
That's an opening, right?
What do you mean an
There's
opening?
back there?
The one behind the dwarf on the scorpions is an opening, right?
Yeah, there's a door that leads out of the keep behind the scorpions.
I want him to chuck it behind them.
Yeah, so that's a doorway that comes out. So the barrier's right here. There's a retaining wall right here.
Yeah.
There's a 45-degree angle right
Chuck
here.
it right here.
Okay, so they'll do that on their own turn, which they're not at yet. So Malachi starts
Alright.
What?
Yeah, so basically I scramble on top of the barrier.
Mhm.
And I mean, I can reach him now, right?
No, you can't. You have to be where the brown is.
I'm in where the brown is.
You're in the red.
Yeah, that's red.
So
Oh.
the red is showing the reach that they have with their possibly their barbed tail, their claws, or their spear. The brown is where you have to be adjacent to in order to hit them.
I
So
guess I get a free attack.
so as you do that, as you're climbing up the barrier, you're not gonna have any AC. You're basically
I have no EC?
no, sorry, your dex bonus. Sorry.
Okay, well, I lose 1 point.
Yeah, it's nothing big. As you're doing that, his stinger was already in that area trying to go over, and you're like trying to time it between like thrusts of the stinger, and you see the barb just try to come down. And he rolled a 10, but he has a bunch of pluses, so he rolled a 25, and you're -1, so you get hit.
Plus 15? Oh, crike.
Go ahead and do damage. And then also, can you roll a fortitude save?
Saving throw.
That's a good save. You don't feel any effects. You notice that the barbed tip of the Scorpion King is like this green glowing liquid. But you were able to shake it off. It pierced your armor, but like it basically wasn't able to affect you right now. Yeah, you
He
can.
yells out. He yells out the obvious. Beware the stingers. So I try to grab the stinger and I don't know, crush it or something.
Okay.
I'll do something to him.
Oh yeah, it's Malachi. It's still your turn. So you go ahead. You're gonna try to grab the barb. Ooh, nice attack.
Ooh.
You rolled a 18 with all your pluses,
Nice.
31. So you definitely connect. You just happen to grab the tail where the barb is, trying not to get stung again by it, and you did 70 points of damage. So you have basically his tail in your hand. Oops.
Yeah, that's what I did. Turned him around.
You turned him around. You ripped him around. So you see Malachi just charge through the barrier, and he scrambles up top, and you see him like flinch a little bit, and he starts attacking, going over the barrier. That's what you see, Nahum.
Okay, I'm going up there.
You're right here, and that's 15 away. You can move 20, but it's difficult terrain, so you basically end up right here.
Okay, I'm going up there.
Okay, so you send your next move action to get up there. He's already attacked. You see the other scorpion next to him. Notice you scampering up, and he flicks his tail at you also.
Up here?
Okay, I'll stay
For
there.
a second move action.
There's a wall right there. There's a wall right here.
Oh, that's a wall?
And the door. Do you see the wall and door?
Oh. Oops. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to get in your way.
So Bryn's turn, and he sees these two just do a battle cry, and you see Nahum start climbing the barrier.
Yeah, he's gonna cast fireball, like there.
Okay.
Yep. Nice. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
The DC on that is probably like 15,
They all made it?
except for one. So this fireball just erupts above the area, and because it's enclosed, the fireball just launches out, and you hear the squealing behind the Scorpion Kings, as you can tell that there's other creatures behind them. The Scorpion men just bare and grimacing pain as the fireball erupts, but they're still functional. And it's Flynn's turn.
I will.
Yeah, so what are
cast-
these guys called? This Scorpion Men?
Yeah, Scorpion men.
I'll cast Expeditious Retreat and run upstairs and see what
okay.
the deal is up there.
I'm gonna put you to the upstairs level, which is over here. I'll allow your inspired courage to go above ground or below ground.
Yeah, as long as they can still hear me. Oh,
So that's the second floor right there.
okay.
So you cast Expeditious Retreat. You probably have like 40 or something more you can move if you wanted to.
Okay.
You're like, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, go to the edge. See if you can nail him from above.
Yeah. So I have to go this way, out the door, or are these doors? Those are windows, huh?
You could go through the window. You can squeeze through.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah.
So when you get up there, I'm just gonna put you on the other map just for sake. This is where you are.
Okay.
And you can see behind them. Let me make them visible if you can. There you go.
Oh, more guys. As much cover as I can with those battlements.
Yeah. So you're sort of looking through the parapets and you're looking down. You see these 4 rat men and they have bows and arrows. Can you roll a stealth check?
Winner.
Chicken dinner. You're sort of glancing out there and they don't notice you up there, and you see you're counting them out and you see 4 of them and they have bows and they're sort of launching arrows into this room. And then you see one more scorpion guy and he's not able to really fit in there, so he's sort of at the sideline right now. The scorpion man right next to Malachi thrusts his lance and his tail at Malachi. The stinger, which is in your hand, sort of whips around, and you weren't careful enough while it was in your hand, and it sort of slices and pierces you. It does 3 points of damage. I'll do that. Can you do a fort save? That's good.
Yeah, fool.
16. You got a total of 27. The spear, you just glanced off your buckler and you sort of deflected it as it was thrusting towards you, and you're a little closer than what he thought, so it was easy to get deflected.
All right, so as I deflect, since I'm using my snake style thing, so as I deflect it, I lean forward and I try to hit his face with my elbow as it guides across his arm.
Elbow him in the face, but his helmet was just too sturdy enough, you didn't even budge it.
I rolled a 4. Eesh.
These little archer guys behind him just keep on throwing arrow after arrow into the barricade, trying to get past them. They can't really hit you guys because the scorpion's sort of in their way, so they're just trying to go through the barrier at the dwarves. The other scorpion is starting to pull debris off of the barricade.
Wait, hold on. I didn't get to attack.
Yeah, it's not your turn yet. These guys are before you guys. You see the guard that was next to Bryn. Let me see, right here. He sees Malachi and Nahum there, and he's like, "Why are you guys behind the barrier? Attack!" And he starts climbing up too. He gets in there and he gets in arm's reach, and he starts attacking the scorpion next to him. He slams it into him he sees a resounding blow as he knocks the hide of the scorpion man. The other dwarves continue charging also. The one that was sitting braced against his back against the barrier sees just this morale boost as Flynn's singing, and he sees this charge of the half-orc and the human. He's like, "Don't leave me behind!" And he starts running up there too, and he starts attacking. And he unfortunately missed. I don't know why these keep on resetting to that position after they're getting hit. The were-rats, some of them are launching arrows, and they're still missing the dwarves, and they're trying to go through the barrier. It's Malachi's turn.
Is this difficult terrain? Can I take a 5-foot step?
You can. That's fine. That area past the barricade is not difficult.
Okay. So I take a 5-foot step, trying to give Nahum some room. And then he just tries to do a backbreaker with a double fist.
Okay.
Over the head fist, and I missed. Hey, dude!
You feel like the hard armor of the scorpion just deflect your bow, and he's like sitting there grinning. He's sort of laughing at you. You still don't know what type of race these guys are because of the helmet and stuff, but you hear like a dark voice. Nahum.
Go right there.
Okay.
And I will attack as well.
Ooh, you do a solid blow as
Nice.
You crack through his armor on his claw a little bit. He used his claw to deflect the blow, but it took a big hit as it did that, and you see it starting to crack from your Morning Star.
Nice hit, Machi.
Turned him around again. Sweet.
Yep. He spun him around.
He can't attack, right? That was his movement.
And you see the other dwarf that was behind there. He's like, "Wait for me too!" And he's coming up there, and he's attacking them too with his warhammer. And unfortunately, he was ready for that. The Scorpion Man was ready for that and deflected it easily.
And
Bryn's
it's Fireball's turn.
Uh-huh.
Want another Fireball? Here, I'm gonna roll it already.
Okay. I'll do the area of effect, and so you did 18 points of damage. Two of them take 18 points of damage as the blast just erupted right at them, and they were unable to dodge. The other two just had light damage, which is what, 9? I don't know what's going on with the guy with the wheel handicap.
Yeah, what's that wheelchair thingy?
Oh, he's incapacitated.
Handicapable.
You just see the
I didn't want to say anything.
from where you are. You just see one of this were rat over here just succumb to the fire, and he just falls down and he's just smoldering. The other one is just like drops his bow and he's just sitting there on all fours and he's like gasping as the fires just erupted around him.
Sitting on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh, what are the chances of that? Exact 0.
So Flynn, you're above them right now, and you're looking through the parpettes, and you're sort of.
Wait, did that dwarf throw that flask? Is that what that is?
Oh no, that was.
That's Vin.
Oh, sorry. Let me go and do that because I didn't do that earlier. Basically, this were rat's gonna die because he's at 0, 11 points of damage. Let me roll reflex on these two. Saving throw is pretty easy. It's only 12. One of them did not make it. The second one. Oh god, that guy's been missing all of his saving throws on fire. He gets hit for 11 points of damage. The other one he gets hit for 5 points of damage. And they're spinning around in the blast of confusion. So you see the scorpion man next to Miles. He's just like slunched over. He's not as high as he used to. His legs are sort of receded. So he's just like, his belly's on, the scorpion's on the ground. And he's looking pretty bad right now. These dwarves back here start charging. So all the dwarves are uplifted, and seeing the reinforcements, they start crawling and jumping over the barricade trying to get to the attack. And they're like, we're on the offense! And so they're signaling that up. By the way, Flynn, when you got up to the second floor, you noticed that there were about 2 dwarves that were in the bed area. If you see, there's beds there, and there's 2 dwarves that are in the bed. And there's a dwarven cleric that you could assume lying over them, trying to make them comfortable. You know that there's 3 dwarves up there, but 2 of them are basically unable to do anything right now.
Okay.
I put the dwarves there now. They're sleeping. So, oh yeah, go ahead and Flynn. I sort of interrupted you with the describing the scene. What do you want to do?
Wait, are we still getting the aura since I don't see it in the map tool?
I'll allow it because he's above you, but you can still hear him as it comes down the stairs into your area. I'll have to rethink that what happens next time.
No, but I mean, right now, will it automatically add the bonus? Because we're not surrounded by it.
Oh yeah. The bonus is you have to flip it on yourself. It doesn't. There's no proximity to anything. It just you toggle it on and it's on until you toggle it off.
Oh, okay.
So it's not aware of it's you just turn it on. It's on. So Flynn, what would you like to do? You're up there and you see this fireball erupt, boom, boom, come out of the area behind you, and you see the tower just shake a little bit.
I'll engage one of the archers.
These 2 right here are down. So which one do you want to take on? There's number 2 or number 3?
Number 3, because that's within 30 feet of me, right?
It's 30.
Okay.
And give yourself a plus, because you're sort of stealth right now. So give yourself a +4 to hit because he doesn't have his dex. So you launched 2 arrows. Your first roll was a 4, but with all your bonuses, you got 18. That's pretty nice. And both those sink into the were-rat, and he gets 11 points of damage. And after all that happens, it's the scorpion man that's looking very dead. He knows that he can't escape, so he does one final volley at. I'll give Malachi a 50%, and the others are less than that. So if he rolls less than 50, he's gonna go after Malachi. He goes after the guard number 2, and he does this double claw attack. And he takes his pincers and he tries to bury them. He tries to basically snap the dwarf in half.
Oh wow!
Well, one of the claws hits and it sinks into the dwarf's arm as it just almost shears it right off. The other one hit the shield arm and wasn't able to get through it, so he gets 7 points of damage.
Except his arm is barely hanging on.
Yeah, it's by a 7.
It's only a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound. He's had worse. So wait, what's that border around us? What is that? Some are green, some are yellow, some are red.
The light green is a player, the dark green is an NPC, the red is an enemy. And then yellow is undefined, maybe NPC friendly. The were-rat that was hit by Flynn takes his short bow and he aims up, and he's yelling at the other guys, pointing up, and they start taking shots at Flynn, which is behind cover. So does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Basically, you see them just bounce off the wall of the fortress. This scorpion man attacks one of the dwarves. Crit, and the confirming is 33. You see the dwarf guard number 1 get hit with a volley of attacks. You see the stinger come down, and you see the claws just rip at him, doing a lot of damage.
Doing a lot of damage.
36.
Oh.
You see everything hit, basically.
Okay, well, that's not a flesh wound.
That's bigger than a flesh wound. That guy is dying. You see his the pincers just almost snap the guy in half. Everything's leaking out of him right now. The were-rat below also looks up there because of the warning, the yell from his friend, and he does an attack, which is going to also be in cover. Does a 16 hit?
Nope. I think my AC is 17.
Yep. Correct. So once again, they're just shooting arrow and arrow into the keep, and it's just bouncing off. Guard number 1 sees his comrade just fall and is being pincered by, it's being grabbed by the claws, and he starts pounding at the claws, going, "Let go of my friend!" And he's trying to get him to stop the attack. He has a resounding blow, and you see the arm just let go, and the dwarf just slumps and drops to the ground. As he does 19 points of damage. You see the dwarf that was almost separated in half slowly crawl away, and he's like, he does this, he gets this far, and he just collapses. And I won't do an attack for opportunity, he's almost dead. And it's Malachi's turn.
Actually, I'm gonna hold my action. Looks Lao Shi to Nahum. Look, says, Lao Shi, who should I go after next? And then I'll just hold my action.
I will
for
tap him and say attack this guy and give him a bit of luck.
Oh, I see. So you touch Malachi and you give him the blessings of Mishakal.
Okay, I can do a move action and give them a bit of luck, right? Okay, so I will give him combat advice.
So Malachi raises both his hands up over his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then, actually, what was the advice Nahum gave me? I was going to backbreak him, but I wasn't quite sure.
I hit him in the claw, so that's where I cracked it. So I'm telling him where to.
The weak point? Next. Okay.
So I go after the weak point.
Because I never do that much damage, so.
You did 11 points of damage. That's high.
No, that was the most damage I've ever done in this campaign.
I was surprised because you only get like 5s, 4s, and you hit 11.
Exactly.
I'm like, where did that come from?
That's why I'm giving combat advice right now.
Okay. So you have both the combat advice benefit and a bit of luck. Okay.
Did that hit?
Again.
No, it did not.
Roll again.
That did not hit. The next one did.
Damn.
Yeah, you do a
Pick
resounding blow. You see the crack just like totally open up, and you see like the claw. It's like that fleshy, leathery, like a raw lobster with his claw, with his shell off, and that's what it is, just flapping around. And you see it just it just screams in pain as he collapses in agony, and he is down.
Good call. Good call, Lao Shi.
The dwarf keep guard number 1, the one that had his arm almost severed off, swings that same arm at that same scorpion man, trying to hit him again.
Wait, swings his arm?
Yep, the one that's like almost severed off. He doesn't care.
He's inspired.
You'll feel it after this battle.
He just does another resounding smack, and he's like, he hits him in the head, and you just see like blood just drip out of the helmet, and he's just even more on the ground. Yeah, there's nothing left of him pretty much. This guy starts moving in. He gets to right about here. That's good. And it's Britain's turn.
Can you fit a fireball outside?
I would say no, because the barrier is blocking most of his sight. The barrier is probably 5 feet high, so he's aiming at the ceiling when he did his previous fireball. So that's pretty much the height that he could get was where it was previously.
Magic missile.
For magic missile, he'd have to get closer to the barrier or like try to peer through it, get closer to look through it in order to do the magic missile.
So I see his little sight raise, and he can see one of them. Are you going to allow that?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. I guess magic missile that one.
So he hits him for 11 points of damage. So you see 3 bolts just go through this tiny sliver, and with godlike precision, it smacks into the scorpion underneath him.
Knocks him sideways.
Flynn, you're up at top, and you see these...
Are you running out of descriptive words?
No. I've been watching Kenshin, so I was like, godlike. That's like godlike speed of Kenshin. But yeah, I'm rewatching Kenshin right now. So the smack in the head was, when I said that Malachi smacked him in the head to get out of that mind blast, is because Kenshin did that against that one guy, the evil police guy. That's actually good. They were doing a battle, and he hit himself in the head to snap out of this Batosai mode. But anyways. It's Flynn's turn.
Full attack again.
Man, that dwarf is a giant, Thorvin.
Yeah, it's just the size. I should resize him. He's not a giant. You have combat advantage because you're higher than them, so you get a +1.
I
Those
rolled a 4 and a 3.
that does not help still. Yeah, both of them
dude.
plunk into the ground in front of him. And can everyone roll a will or a perception?
Surely.
Jeez, my bad rolls just like affecting you guys.
Name dense as always.
Yep.
He's like looking at the
I'm
flowers.
I am busy giving advice to staff work, alright?
So for Flynn and Malachi, you see this and you portray it to the party that for Flynn, he's outside and he sees that the archers, the were-rat archers, they're dipping their arrows in a pouch before firing. And for Malachi, you see that these scorpion men are dipping their barbed stinger in a pouch before attacking with it.
Okay, so basically Malachi yells out to the group, essentially describes what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
It's like, beware their barbs, beware their spears, they're laced with poison.
The dwarf guard number 1 advances and he was trying to attack the scorpion, and as he's coming up on the mound, he was hit by the barbed stinger, and he had 11 points of damage. The dwarf Torvin's like, ooh, I think I stepped on your cousin last week. He went squish. And so he does an attack on the guy.
I like these dwarves. Wow!
Dang.
He
He has
basically...
4 attacks?
Yep. TWF is 2-weapon fighting. Basically, he
That
didn't...
doesn't sound right. She's only get like 1 extra attack for 2 weapon.
But when he has improved 2-weapon combat, it gives him an additional attack.
Is he gonna join the party?
I know.
And so he's like taunting them as he's fighting. He's like,
Dude, I
little...
nerfed myself for this guy?
He's like, cockroaches of the desert are ye? And he's starting to yell at them. So those are down. You see...
That guy didn't need reinforcements.
No, dude.
What a liar.
And it's the archer's turn outside. Flynn's up there, and he still has cover. So they're going to launch an arrow. And one of them gets through as you poke your head out to shoot him. You get hit by
That's with the
an
-4?
arrow. Yeah. If you look, there's a cover -4 on it.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, he rolled a 13, and he has a bunch of bonuses and minuses. Flynn, can you roll a fort save while I do a damage on you?
Ooh, lucky roll.
Problem.
Nice.
No problem.
Nice.
Wow, he did 9 points of damage in the arrow? Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a short bow, but these were-rats are pretty strong from what you see. The next were-rat out there is also taking shots at you, and you're sort of trying to dodge behind cover and shoot at the same time. Oh, that one hits also. Oh wait, I didn't do a -4 on that one, so that one missed. The dwarf guard right here who saved his buddy, like after he got attacked by the claw and almost died, he attacked the claw and broke it, and then eventually another guard killed him. He starts...
Wait, did you shoot Bryn?
Oh, Bryn is not there yet. He did fireball last. We still haven't got to name, which is the beginning of your guys' turn. This dwarf runs up here and attacks.
Oh, shoot, that's blocked.
He gets an attack of opportunity. He shoves a spear at the dwarf, hitting him, doing 14 points of damage. And it's Malachi's turn.
How big is that hallway?
Just tight enough for the Scorpion Man to squeeze through. He has a -2 his AC and probably to hit because he's squeezing in a tight area.
But can I go next to the dwarf or?
Let me see. No, that's a 5-foot area. So he's blocking you basically.
That case, so I pull up my my polearm.
Mhm.
Because basically I can't reach him, right?
No, you can't. With your polearm, you can from that stance.
Yeah, but I'm just like I'm sorry for my fist, my fist of fury.
Yep.
All right, and I attack him.
Okay. You see this large polearm being wielded by Malachi. Ooh, nice
And
hit.
How? I reach over the dwarf and try to pierce the guy.
Good job. And you just splice him in the claw, and you see it sort of fall limply to the side. Flavor text. Nahum, it's your turn.
I tried to do the same thing.
Oh, grab the lance from the scorpion dude. You don't have a reach weapon, do you?
No. Okay.
The
Can I do
spear.
that?
It's a spear.
A spear.
That's gonna be a move action. So you're gonna move and you're gonna grab. So that's
Okay.
all your options right there. Your
Sure.
turns are over. Okay. This dwarf comes over here and he's starting to trying to bandage him. Scorpion is going to attack the dwarf right in front of him. One of his claw was able to just instead of opening, it just like a bludgeon weapon, just try to chop him and hit him, and it does 5 points of damage to that dwarf.
Cool, we have a meat shield, and it's not me.
Okay, and it's Britain's turn.
He'll move up a bit so he can see, and do another magic missile.
The 3 bolts slam into him, and you see him start wincing in pain. It's Flynn's turn up above. An arrow sunk into you.
I'll do another attack. Yeah. What?
You
Dang.
did
What?
crit.
Oh, crit.
The confirm was a 17, which was...
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, but you got a +1. Did you do the +1? The crit hit, man, that brings him down a lot.
Wow, nice, dude.
Right.
You just see one arrow just go
Very
clean through the
sharp.
skull of the were-rat.
Oh.
Yeah, the critical on a short bow is ×3. That's why you did so much damage. You did 7 + 7 + 5.
Nice.
Amazing. This guard comes back here and he's healing him. Torvin comes up and he's like, "Give me a chance."
Kills everything.
And he's like, "Ooh, the mice are flinging little sticks, are they?" So he's just like taunting them. And so the were-rats from the outside, they're gonna... The one that just took like an arrow right through the eye is like furious. And even though he has a bolt like that went clean through his face, he's still gonna try to attack you. And
Oh.
well, he didn't do a -4 to that, or 4 to that, so 19. He still hits you.
Still hits, yeah.
Can you roll a fort save? I'll do damage.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I'll keep that for later. The other were-rat is also taking aims, and he sees that one was able to hit you, and they're sort of like, we could get him still. And so he takes tries to hit you, but it bounces off the palpits. And the dwarf guard that is in front of the scorpion man, he does this whirling attack with his warhammer. Even though he did that, he missed. Tight quarters that he's in a hallway, and this big beast is right in front of him. He was still missing. It is Malachi's turn.
Basically, does the same thing. Tries to reach over the dwarf's head and tries to do stabby stabby.
Stabby stabby. You get a +1
plus?
to hit.
For what?
He's in a tight confined area and is large.
Oh.
And that's a hit. 14 points of damage on him.
Stab, stab.
Another formidable hit. He sort of whirls in circles as you obliterated him. Nahum, it's your turn.
All right, I'll do the same thing.
He has proficiency. He's a fighter.
Oh, he's a fighter.
Cleric. He's a fighter cleric.
Oh, I was about to say he doesn't have proficiency in weapons like that, but he does. So you hit.
Yeah.
6 points of damage. You're able to pierce him through his armor, like the neck area where between the helmet and the breastplate. You're able to slide your spear right through it. That scorpion man starts backing away. He takes a 5-foot step, and then he withdraws even further. He goes
Rain
to
from above.
right where the doorway ends. So he's blocking the doorway, but he's still able to move. It's Britain's turn.
Oh, man. Can he fire at the door yet?
He can. Because
right,
he can
last fireball.
peek through the barricade, and it's a pea-size shape, the fireball, and it's going to hit all of them. Both the were-rats get hit for the full effect, doing 16 points of damage. They failed their saving throw. The scorpion man was able to just brace for it because he knew that Bryn was chanting.
It's really pea-sized projectile?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Wow.
it's interesting.
I mean, it's cool. I just never imagined it like that.
Yeah.
And I was imagining like big old fireball.
Well, no, it doesn't.
Leaving your...
It erupts where the P ends or something. It's really bizarro. I don't like it. But it's Flynn's turn.
I'm gonna run back inside and get the clerk guy and be like, "Hey, they slimed me."
Yeah, so the arrows that you're pulling out of your body, you notice that they have like green residue on them, and you notice that they were dipping them in the pouches. The cleric is tending to the other doors, and when you come in, he starts casting a heal spell on you. So I'll heal you for 5. But beyond that, he can't do anything right now for the poison.
And for standard, I'll heal myself, cure moderate.
17?
I don't know how that happened.
You have a +6? What? You're as efficient as Nahum.
Damn.
You see, Torvin, he was waiting for an opening come up, and he runs in, and he gets hit by an attack of opportunity, maybe. He starts running in headfirst, chanting a battle cry, and he starts saying, "Cockroaches of the desert, are ye? I'll take you down now." And so the Scorpion Man takes a swing at him, and it pierces him in the side, doing 10 points of damage. And he's like, "Oh, it is a flesh wound," and he does his attack on him, which hits him, and it shatters his claw that he has, and it does 8 points of damage.
Well, I guess it was more than a flesh wound. He can only attack once.
He didn't get full attack.
Yeah, he was running, so that took some time, so he's not able to do all his attacks. And you see these other two dwarves tending to the wounds of the fallen dwarf. The remaining were-rat that's outside took a fireball. He took a little bit of beating, but he's still fine. He shifts tactics and he starts launching the arrows at Tor'Dur-Dum. Does not hit. He was able to deflect the blow. He was sort of expecting the were-rat to do something. Malachi's turn. What I'm going to say is it's really hard to see, but Tor'Dum's blocking the door. And so the Scorpion King made it out far enough where he has full momentum, but he's still blocking the door.
The Scorpion King.
Or no, sorry, the Scorpion Man. I keep on saying Scorpion King.
So basically, I have to use my polearm.
Yeah, I'm moving everyone up so that it looks better on the map.
Okay, I'll do a jump over Tor'Dum and then try to spear him. I mean,
Oh,
I'm stopping.
okay.
I have a polearm. So
Okay. So you're just doing flavor text of the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And oh man, you hit again.
Dang, dude.
You're getting some good rolls.
Nice
That was a
rolls all of a
19.
sudden.
You're gonna waste them all right now.
Yeah. I know, before the boss guy.
And he goes down. You see, you just
Nice.
split him in half almost with your piercing blow. And it's Nahum's turn.
Give me combat advice for next round.
Is it for next round? Does it do that for
That's
next
my
round?
next attack. Yeah, my next
Oh,
attack.
next attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I point out the arrow and I'm like, hit. That's I'm like, yeah, there's that where he's wounded. Take him.
Bryn's turn.
Yeah, acid splash sounds fun.
Do it.
Or you might as well just
Do
shoot a
it.
crossbow.
That would be one move action right there because you have to go through the barrier.
Yeah, he'll use his crossbow.
Okay.
It is crossbow. He gets a +2? How does he get a +2 weapon?
He bought it. But that
He
basically
had more money because it started level 6.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
He did a fumble.
Yeah, that's what you get for your +2.
Yeah, it's just like bouncing through the you see 4 dwarves or 3 people in front of him just like look in
stuck.
fear as this bolt like whizzes by each one of their ears. And they're like, "Who's back there?" That's what the dwarf is saying. It's like, "Watch, you're fired." Flint's turn up above. Oh wait, you're getting
He was
healed.
kicking it out and it misfired. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So you can't do anything about the poison?
Not right now. But you haven't really felt any poison to
Okay.
say.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it takes like a month to become a were-rat.
Well, that's if they bite you. This wasn't a bite.
Oh, bite me!
I'll climb up to the top, see what's up there.
Okay. If you do that, they're not going to have the +2s anymore.
Anything interesting up here? I'm just...
There's just a odd sort of boxes. You do see some pickaxes and barrels, but most of the weapons were on the level below you.
Can I jump that far? From the top to the very bottom.
The very bottom, it's like 30 feet down at least.
I'll
maybe
just feather fall.
50. Okay, you could run and jump.
Just make a dramatic entrance.
Okay. You just see Flynn float down. I'll move you. Let's put you out of there. So
Yeah.
you run, jump, and what you're on right now is the rocky edge. It's going to be difficult terrain around you for about 10 feet out in a circle.
I've got feather step slippers, it's okay.
Okay.
Do a roll and go ta-da.
Sure. It's like Borderlands. I can jump from wherever I want.
Yeah. So you just see Flynn floating from the sky, just lightly floating down. It's like, ding! He lands. He's like, stuck the landing.
And the were-rat with a short bow.
Yeah. It is Tor'Dum's turn. So he moves over there. He does that, and he basically finishes that guy off. He had less than 20 points of damage. So the battle is officially over. One of your dwarf on your side is almost chopped in half.
By the way, I'm using up my spells to cure dwarves where I can.
Okay, so you go back and you start healing him. The cleric from above comes down. He's like, "Is the battle over?" And he's looking around, and he sees you healing that dwarf, and he comes in to give aid also The other dwarves are looking at the bodies, and you guys, what do you guys want to do?
They're doing what?
They're looking through the slain enemies.
Nice.
That's our loot.
Look as well.
I look for loot.
What you do find is you find those spears, you find some breastplates and helmets. The were-rats had just your standard bow with short arrows. There's about 20 arrows each, and there's those pouches. And the dwarves comes up and they're looking at the pouches like, Tor'Dum, take a look at this. Come. And Tor'Dum comes up and he looks at the pouch and he says, looks like some type of poison, perhaps. And
I told you guys that.
Can I acknowledge it?
Yeah, go ahead and do a knowledge check. So you see on the pouch that there's a pale hand symbol. And you know that to be the symbol of the god of disease called Morgan. You know that to be an evil god, and he's a god of decay and disease. And you see...
Well, you got lucky. I have cure disease.
And he's saying, perhaps these come from Morgan's temple nearby. And he starts telling you as a group that nearby is a temple that has been pretty quiet for the most part for the past, maybe 50 years. But of lately, there's been more activity and more attacks coming around that area. He thinks that these pouches bear the markings of Morgan, and that temple is a temple of Morgan. So within the pouch, you see like a green, like icky type material, and it's like a slime almost. And that's what this scorpion men and the were-rats were dipping their weapons and their barbs into. Can you have Flynn roll... actually, everyone, can you roll a perception? And then Bryn rolls a 3.
I perceive much.
Malachi like sniffs the poison, and he's like, I've smelled that before. Oh, he doesn't have a dwarven accent. He's like, Malachi smelled that before, and he's trying to remember where.
I'm praying to Mishkael for knowledge about curing diseases. I need 30 minutes to learn the spell.
That is fine. Malachi's trying to remember, like trying to imagine where he smelt this, because he smelt it pretty recently. For Flynn and Nahum, you notice that Flynn is starting to cough along with Bryn.
Malachi seems to recollect where he's smelled the poison before and says, I recall this. This is from the battle with those boomers.
The Bryn also is like, oh, that's what it was spat on me. And he's like looking at it, he's like, yeah, that's the same color. So basically this is the same type of substance that was used earlier during when you guys were in that underground near that river, and that boomer came out and spit bile on Bryn. So it's the same material is what you guys are finding out. Tor's like, perhaps this is all coming from Morgan's temple. We should take a look into this. Although the dwarves here are mainly in charge of the keep, maybe I could spare one. Perhaps myself. We could go take a look at the temple. It's gonna take half a day's march to get to there. And if you guys saw, the horses themselves were slaughtered in the attack, so they have no mobility. So you guys are gonna have to walk.
I didn't even notice those horses. I never went farther than the.
And so this keep has been under attacks. It's pretty routine. They're pretty used to it. There was 8 dwarves defending it, but 4 of them went underneath. This is like a summary of what's happened. 4 of them went underneath to get reinforcements because they were getting attacked pretty strongly, but they didn't make it because of those mind flayers. You guys came just in the nick of time, and Tor'Dum comes and he's like, much obliged for your helps. Tor'Dum's me name. Glad you came when you did. Any later and we'd be cut a tad bit shorter. And so he's thankful that you guys are there. He says that you guys could, in the morning, after a good rest, in the morning light, you guys could take off and look for Morgan's temple. He's like, tell you what, I'll do you one better than taking you there. I'll help you clear it out. I've been meaning to do it myself, but I haven't gone around to it. So he's offering to join you guys on to Morgan's temple.
All right.
It's nighttime. You guys are going to sleep here. You guys are going to rest. I'll give you guys a full heal in the by morning time. And you guys get your spells back, and we'll continue going to the temple. So you guys get up early in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
All the footprints.
We got footprints. Very nice, Andy. Very nice.
Yeah, so you guys got up early in the morning. You guys loaded the map faster than I did.
Is that Jesus' footstep next to mine?
Where it's just one is where I carried you? No.
Yeah.
So you guys are going, and you guys wake up early in the morning, and you gather some supplies, and Tor'Dum's going to lead you to Morgan's temple. It's in the desert. It's half a day's march, but the desert of
I'm on my bison.
yeah. Where did your bison come from? No.
What?
No.
I think they ate your.
I have my bison back.
You went underground, like for a full day's thing on the exile. You didn't have your bison with you.
Dude, I want my money back. I haven't got to use my stupid
He's still at
bison.
Tor'Dur-Dum, just chilling. Hey, they're gonna charge you money because he eats so much. So you guys are going through, and you guys are walking along the sandy dunes. And Torvin's this sort of odd type of dwarf, not one that you normally meet. Most of the dwarves you see are in like full plate. They're in like heavy armor, but this guy is more of a wearing just a breastplate, and if even that, and more of like leather and light armor. Marty, I'm surprised you haven't picked up this guy yet.
No, he's from Shadow of Mordor.
You have that game?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude,
Yep.
I beat it so fast.
Ah, it's a good game.
It was a good
Yeah.
game. I don't know how much replayability, but it was a good game. I really enjoyed it.
It was a fantastic game.
Yeah, it was
I
fun.
pretty much found everything.
So you guys are going through the dunes, and you're walking through. He's like telling you some stories about like battles and some of the things he's hunted and killed. You're coming to the conclusion that this is more of a ranger type dwarf than a typical fighter dwarf. He's dual wielding double axes. One is a dwarven heavy like war axe, and the other one's more of a hatchet light axe. And he's like doing like, when you guys were watching him fight, he was like doing pretty impressive feats with these two axes, just like rolling them around and slicing and dicing.
Get us some mounts.
Huh?
Tell him to get us some mounts.
Some mounts? Well, they were all killed. Did you see the horses? They're all dead.
No,
No, we're gonna get Caragors.
Caragors.
Caragors! So you guys are walking through the sandy dunes, and he's sort of relaying this other story to you guys. You guys are going through. He's like, the thing about a Balisk is the best meat is behind the eyes. Sure, a day or two after death, and they can still turn you to stone. But it's worth the price. I know a lair not far from here. We can visit at the temple if we wish, and that
No, I
if
don't
we
want
survive.
to. There's a Naga Medusa there.
Huh?
I don't know. I see it. A Naga Medusa, a
Oh.
Griffin Sphinx.
Yeah, let me hide those.
I don't want to go to that temple.
I don't see it. How do you
Shush.
see it?
I
there it is.
didn't hide it. Stop looking around the map. I'm forcing you to where we are. You pug. Can't believe I didn't hide that.
I rolled a 20 on perception.
No, that's not how it works.
Oh, I saw it. It wasn't the map.
Dude, there's a sphinx there too.
Yeah, dude. Forget that. I'm not going there.
Let me hide him too.
It had like a Naga and a Medusa thing.
You probably won't get to them in today anyways.
Well, I know that. I rolled like a 20 on 4 knowledge.
You rolled a 40. But so as he's telling the story about like the Balisk meat and how it's savory and the most delicious thing I've had, well, it's been over a couple of weeks since my last batch. He sort of stops. All of a sudden he stops and he crouches down and he becomes quiet, like, which is odd because he's always talking. And he motions everyone else to do the same. So he's sort of giving you like the pat down. He's like shh, and he stops. He points off.
Bump into him again, right?
No,
nothing.
you don't
No
bump into him
stealth
this
checks?
time. He points off in the distance, about maybe 60 feet away. You see a small mound of sand moving towards the party, and it's making an odd sort of wake in its path.
It's a sandworm. Dude, it's the spice. He who controls the spice controls the universe.
So you sort of see this mound, and it's coming pretty quickly to you. Maybe in
I
about
head towards the rocks.
12 seconds, it'll be near you
I head
guys.
towards the rocks. I called it. The minute I saw the mound, I head towards the rocks. I'm
Okay.
standing it.
Okay, the mound stops moving.
4-year-old initiative. I'm already running there. I'm just saying that right now. I'm going to give yourself a free attack.
I got you. The mound stops moving, and there seems to be an eerie quiet in the desert land. What you see happens is, as the sand's moving, you see Torvin, and he drinks a potion. And this is when Naam starts running.
Oh, and I run with like no rhythm. Like it's still good.
Okay, so you see Torvin, and he drinks a potion, and he starts throwing random objects from his backpack, like systematically, one at a time, away from him, going thump, thump,
Yeah,
thump,
I knew it.
trying
Run.
trying to mimic someone walking away. So I'm gonna have him roll a bluff check.
I'm running erratically, like no rhythm.
Then let me do a perception. What happens is you see him throw these things on the ground, and he sits there waiting. and you just in anticipation. If you guys want to do a move or not, stay still. It's up to you guys. So he's throwing these things on the ground, and you see Nahum just bolt for the rocks. He does like a run. You see him in heavy plate, just huffing and puffing in the sand. With the sand and the distance, it makes it pretty difficult. But he barely he's getting close to the rocks right now. So what do you guys want to do?
Sit down on the rock and just watch what unfolds.
So yeah, my guy stops.
Okay, Flynn, Bryn.
My guy just stops.
How far is it? Yeah, I can make it if I cast speed. Boom.
Okay, you can make it, but what about Bryn?
Oh, no, I don't care. I don't know. He can do whatever he wants.
To the small rock.
Yeah, he'll get halfway. Well, if he runs straight, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he runs up.
Go to the other rock.
He's like, my rock's taken. Get off my rock. You see that Torvin's waiting in anticipation, seeing if his little decoy was successful or not. Unfortunately, it is not. Let me put you guys in the initiative block. So all of a sudden from the ground, you see...
Oh, what is that?
It's a land shark.
I knew it.
So that's what you see erupting out of the sand. It's just this giant, heavily armored shark, this big maw and teeth. He has these small eyes, and they're really small versus his body, more of a protection so that you don't hit it. And these claws just look like they could just rip through solid plate easily.
The rock's looking pretty good now, huh, Miles?
And as soon as that beast comes up, it tries to attack Torvin because he wasn't fooled by the ploy. You just see this massive jaw just try to chomp down on him. But Torvin was ready and just leaps back he jumps back as soon as the ground started erupting and the bullet missed him. Land shark. As soon as the land shark comes out, you hear Torvin gasp. He's like, look at the size of that land shark. So majestic, so beautiful and deadly. 'Tis the biggest dorsal fin I've ever seen. Locking jaw. What a beautiful lass she is. Careful, lads. Not only can she bite you in half, but she can burrow through solid stone.
Oh.
Solid stone?
Flynn.
Okay, well, we're screwed too then.
Flynn, can you roll a knowledge check?
Why don't I just take 10?
Okay.
Get 20.
Yeah, 20. You made it. So being like the Poindexter, he imagine like a guy just, pushing his eyeglasses to his brow. He's like, actually, they're called bullets, and they can't burrow through solid rock. So he sort of...
Oh, you're a punk, Flynn.
And Torvin's like, oh, my mistake there, half man. Everybody, pull out your books.
Oh, you're a half man.
We have a teacher.
A dwarf called the halfling a half man.
So he's saying that you're a teacher and you're teaching him.
I like Flynn.
And as soon as that happens, the ground erupts, and you just see another one just jump out of the ground, and he attacks 60 or lower goes to Torvin. 50. So he attacks Torvin also. He does a bite also.
I start yelling, come to the rocks.
Get to the rock.
It barely misses him. He sort of sensed two tremors, and he jumped from the first bite, and he swiftly rolled away from the next bite. Bryn's turn.
Yeah, with acid arrow. Oh, come on, Bryn.
That actually range touch hit. Which one are you attacking? 1 or 2?
Just the first one.
So that does 2d4 points of damage. So he gets 8 points of damage. Wow, you rolled high. You got 8?
Yeah.
You maxed out on that. Okay, Nahum's turn.
Wow, you guys are far. I start yelling out for them to run to the rocks.
Just give combat advice.
Can I yell that far?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, wait, the combat advice. Let me see.
But usually, 30 feet is how far you can...
Yeah, I would say 30 feet. Like, if you're yelling, like, get out of the way, that's, like, far. But if you're trying to, like, give him advice, I would say...
No, you sound like...
I just like, kick him in the foot.
Yeah.
Behind the neck.
There's a scale in its belly that's empty.
Yeah.
Hit it with a black arrow.
I would say 30, just like the range for the Inspire Courage. Because you need to be able to pinpoint, like, anomalies in armor or whatnot. So I would say 30 would be manageable for that.
Then I can't do anything. I'll hold my action.
Malachi.
I'm going to move myself around here so I can get flanking. But flavor text, I leap on top of its back, and I try to punch nape of his neck.
While you're doing that, his back feet sort of like reach out and try to slash at you while you move. One of them hits you
No, he doesn't get 2 attacks on attack of opportunity.
I'll say it misses. Next time I'll just do his bite, but I shouldn't have done his claws, I guess.
Okay.
So
Alright, well, I'm gonna attack his attack of opportunity then on him.
his armor just was so hard that you didn't even budge it as you attacked.
That sucked.
Does Malachi see me like yelling and waving? Like, I'm like, next. And I'm like,
Go for the eyes!
I know.
Flynn, it's your turn. You're up on top of this rock, 80 feet.
I didn't get to attack yet.
Oh, sorry, that was your
That's
attack of
my
opportunity.
attack
That's right.
So I go for the same area again. Ah, man.
Both those rolls were,
Rolls,
yeah,
dude.
5 and 6 rolls. Those are pretty bad. You got an 18, which wasn't enough to hit. You still like struggling to hit through this really solid. It's like, I don't know, from what you can tell, it's at least 2 inches thick hide. Flynn.
I can still run fast, right? I'll just shoot an arrow.
Oh, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Torvin comes up and he comes out of his roll and he does this slashing attack at the bullet right above him, number 2. One of them was able to sink in.
He's doing a lot less damage than before.
I know. What's up with that?
No, man.
This is a more different Torvin.
Actually, 2 of them hit.
This
12 points.
Torvin is all talk.
So he does a slashing. He's like, "Take that, you little lamb lizard!" And it is one closest to Malachi. The bullet turns around and tries to do a savage attacks at you, and 2 of them hit. Wow, nice knowing you. 36.
36 too.
36? Holy Christ.
And it just basically snaps you in half almost.
Well, I get an attack because he missed once. Oh.
I'm gonna run back to the rocks.
No, you telling me when to run those stupid rocks. No one wants to listen.
22. You have, is that with flanking?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you didn't connect. Oh wait, no, sorry. You connected. Oh, that's weird. They have different armors. I wonder why. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, you hit 11 points of damage. You're like pounding on his jaws. It's being clamped around you right now. The one next to Torvin comes up and it's going to attack him. And he was able to roll out of the way as he just a savage of claws and bites barely missed him. He like, it grabs his hair and he just like pulls it out of the mouth because he almost got chomped on. Bryn's turn.
First, there's the lingering, so that's a 2d4. They'll do another one of those, an acid arrow. They'll attack with range touch.
7. Okay. So the acid is starting to burn holes in the armor. It's like eating through it, and it's starting to like scream in pain a little bit as the acid is like eating away at it. Nam's turn.
I need some healing, dude.
Yeah, I can't reach you.
So you have reach. Does you have reach spell? Or the reach magic rod?
No, I think with that reach one, you could do.
So it's close.
I think it's like 30.
I start running towards there.
So you see Nam starting to run back to Malachi's aid, and it's Malachi's turn.
It's like I feel like I want to grapple this thing.
Okay. I'm yelling, don't.
Fine. Alright. I try to hit the same spot that I hit before.
Wait, how do you
Hoping
grapple
that it's
giants,
weakness.
by the way? What, you just hold onto its leg and hope for the best? I mean,
Yep, try to drag it down.
No, like from the head, grapple it so it twists his neck. It's all about the...
Kerrigan! Oh, that's a solid hit.
I feel like I'm in Monster Hunter right now.
You're looking at where the acid is, and actually you could have done that inspire thing that you do, but you see the holes in the armor, and you attempt to like hit it where it was, and it's just you're hitting it where the acid is. Getting some acid on your fist, but it's negligible. Flynn's turn.
I'll just attack it again. They're sitting still for now. Close a little bit of distance. And Torvin is 25. I'll inspire courage.
Okay.
Nice. Yay.
Whee,
Go, you're the man.
Okay, so you start chanting your song, and it's sort of alleviating the wounds that Malachi has been taking in Torvin.
Alleviating.
Yeah.
Yes?
Just
Doesn't
making
feel-
them feel better.
Yo,
Oh.
Psychological
mean they're
effect.
I see.
feeling more inspired
Yes.
by courage.
You mean not noticing the wounds?
Not noticing the wounds. They're grinning and bearing it. Torvin's gonna attack the bullet that just attacked Malachi. He's like, "Come here, fight me, Bessie." And
You never said that in the game.
I know.
You're making stuff up.
I am. 17 points of damage to the bullet. It is bloodied. So the bullet sort of ignores Malachi that's been pounding at his armor, and he looks at Torvin and he tries to take a snap at him. Ooh, 1 hits. What's the crit roll? The crit roll did not confirm. So it does 15 points of damage to him. Torvin has a sizable mark on his arm as the bullet just rips some of the flesh off of him. It's not the best you can do. And the one above him is also going to take a bite at him. He's flanked this time. And nothing was able to penetrate through his armor. He's like getting jarred around by that first bite, and the second bullet wasn't able to hit him. Flint's turn. Or sorry, Bryn.
First are the 2 acid arrows. So 4d4. Oh man.
That's pretty bad.
Let's do magic missile.
Okay.
On the furthest one.
The bolts just slam into the armor, and it's just like force precision that's doing damage to the bullet. And Nam, it's your turn.
I will quick draw my Rod of Reach and cast Cure Serious Wounds.
Cure Serious. High roll.
12. Okay.
That's it.
I'll heal Malachi. Oops.
Ah!
24.
Wow, you were so dead.
There you
Thanks,
go.
dude.
I damaged you instead. You're at 35 out of 58 hit points. Not bad. You're not
Wait,
bloodied.
did I say cure? I said
Inflict.
yeah, inflict.
Malachi's turn. You feel this warm glow permeate from Nam as his spell just heals you, and you see this big gash, on your side that this bullet gave you is starting to like close up, and the blood is stopped.
Thanks, Nahum. Thank you, Lao Shi. I needed that. He continues to go after the soft area of his armor.
Yeah, you're still feeling the effects of the attack that you just got, and you're just like weakened by it. And you're sort of like shivering in your pants, and you weren't able to hit him. It is Flynn's turn.
Still full round attack.
Ooh.
Nothing.
Not a good round for you. You rolled a 2 and a 1.
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Jeez.
I rolled a 2 also, man. What's up with this?
Yeah, you guys are smashing it against the Scorpion guys. You guys are getting 19s, 20s. Over here, you're just fumbling left and right. Not your day.
Well,
Torvin's like, I'm going to make a nice fin soup out of you. And he starts attacking the one that's pretty damaged already. 3 of them hits, doing way more damage than he has. So that one just, the knees and legs buckle out, and you just hear this big dish as the dust settles and the bullet's on the ground. The other bullet's going to take a swipe at him. He doesn't have flanking advantage anymore, but nevertheless, he still takes a claw and a bite out of Torvin. He's trying to just go through his armor. One of them was able to get through the bite, the most powerful attack, was able to just snap again, and it hits him, doing 15 points of damage. He's not bloodied yet. He's still good. Bryn's turn.
Guess he'll just fire another acid arrow at that top one.
Oh. Oh wait, I was looking at the 1. I thought you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
5 points of damage. Okay, so the ashes, once again, just like the other bullet, is pretty effective at going through the armor. And you see it starting to melt away. Name's turn.
Yeah, touch spells are awesome, dude.
Jeez, I'm just rolling loud. Oh, actually, no, that's actually... Oh, no, it's lousy.
Oh, man. I damaged you again.
Dude.
Oh, wait, I damaged you again. Oh, shoot. What is 26 plus 12 is what? Or 13?
13.
39. He only 39. I damaged you like 3 times the amount.
Dude.
Is that right?
Are you sure? Wait, no, that's not right. You're supposed to add like 52. I don't like your math, dude.
I'll let you heal yourself from now on. 13. I kept on hitting the wrong button. Okay, so Nam once again heals you by touching on you. He's like, be well, my brother. Okay, so it's Malachi's turn.
I pull out my polearm, twirling it as I go just outside of its reach.
Okay.
Go how far before I can attack again?
You can only go 20. So he swings around and he sees you coming closer and he takes a swipe at you doing... Oh, he hit you for a 21.
Dude.
He rolled a 17.
I use combat advice to Malachi. Don't get hit.
Thanks.
Malachi, it's your turn. You had a savage beating again.
Alright, I'm gonna hit this stupid thing.
You missed.
Dude, what's up with my rolls, man?
You rolled a
Rolled a
7. Yeah. If you would have got 10, you would have hit, but unfortunately you didn't. So once again, this hard armor is you just couldn't get through it, and it's like plate armor, thicker than plate almost, and you're having a really difficult time landing these punches. Some of the punches are hitting, but they're not even doing any damage. Flynn, it's your turn.
So, full attack. Boom. 13 and
Yeah.
24?
The
24?
24
It's not.
smacks into him as one of your arrows
Nice.
was deflected, but the other one aims true, and it goes actually where the acid arrow has hit before, sort of where the armor's weaker, and it does 7 points of damage. Torvin comes up and he does a whirlwind of attacks at the beast. He's like, he's pretty used to these type of animals, so he's pretty skilled at taking them down. 2 of them hit.
10, 19.
19. His battle axe is just sink deep into the bullet. The bullet retaliates with a flurry of blows against Torvin.
Ooh,
None of
oh.
them were able to hit. There's 2 fumbles.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Torvin's like loud. He's like, oh, that's all you got there, little lass. And he's like tripping over your own feet. How filthy. Bryn's turn.
Oh yeah, acid first, so that's 1. 6.
Not bad.
I'll do acid splash. Is that range touch?
It is. Unfortunately, the acid like arcs and it just lands right about here. It's a reach of 25 plus 5 for every 2 levels, so he's out of range.
Oh.
Oh.
And now we know. Name's turn.
I will give combat advice.
Excellent.
You can do it twice. Move and move.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Really?
I mean, unless you want to like attack.
I was
or do
gonna
something
heal.
else. Oh yeah, or heal. Yeah, that works.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that.
heal,
No.
heal.
Okay. I'm like yelling, aim for the eyes, aim for the eyes. I'm just basically yelling.
Uh-huh.
And then since I don't have any more cure serious, I will cure moderate. There you go. Just the first one.
All right.
It's my second use of that rod.
I take the advice and go straight for the eye.
Go for the eyes, boo.
Throw sand in his eye.
That's dirty trick. That's a different thing. That's combat maneuvers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good call.
Good call. See,
Good call.
you see his eye juice just squirt out as you punched him right in the eye, doing 14 points of damage. Yeah, you got a good roll. You got a 11, but all your bonuses stacked up. It's almost at its last legs. You see like the knees starting to buckle as all the damage is being done to it. And it's Flynn's turn.
I'll just attack again. Nobody's coming after me. Oh, why is it?
It starts running towards Flynn as a Ross. Snaps him in half.
What do you mean? It just swallows him whole.
Yeah.
No?
It was a tie, but tie goes to you. So you did 5 points of damage as you amazingly
Yay.
Robin Hood, and you hit your arrow where the other arrow was. And it's Torvin's turn. He's like, I'd be putting you to sleep. And he grabs his warhammer and he just plants it. He doesn't do a dual attack. He just drops his warhammer and he wields the other one with 2 hands and he does like a power attack with it. Oh, he got so cocky. He wasn't able to hit him.
Tell you, take my advice.
Oh wait, he did have the advice, but even with that, it still didn't do.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He only got.
It feels his legs buckling out, and he tries to swipe at Torvin one last time as like a death throw, as it's going down.
Well, critical.
I know. Ooh,
31 and 28.
2 of them are hitting.
Turban's dead.
7.
So much for our guide. We're lost.
I know.
It was nice knowing you, Torvin.
I always stay in this rock until someone finds us.
I follow my footsteps back.
No, it ends. If you zoom out of the map, then your footsteps end.
He's bleeding profusely from like an artery hit as a death throw almost killed him. So Bryn, knowing that his acid splash was out of range, decides to.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was going on?
It's Bryn's turn.
Oh yeah. So first it's the last round of that acid arrow.
Oh, okay. Oh, 2 points of damage.
Is he dead yet?
Nope.
No.
He's still
Fireball?
clinging on to life.
Oh.
Oh yeah, fireball. The dwarf and the orc can take it.
No. Let's do crossbow. That's too far, right?
Oh my!
He's probably gonna hit them.
We'll walk up and
Get
crossbow.
closer, yeah.
Trying to take the glory.
Oh my gosh! Torvin has 2 hit points left.
Oh, really?
Serious?
Oh my gosh, he's so close to dying. The crossbow that you launched just bounces off the iron hide as it wasn't able to do any damage. And
Is
it's
it crossbow? Oh, okay.
Name's turn.
Bro, hold your action in case I kill it.
No, I'm gonna give you combat advice again. I'm gonna heal Torvin.
Well, this is your channel. We both need it.
DC 6 will 1/2?
No, that's just for me to know if you do a...
Versus undead.
So I rolled a 6 on a 3d6?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's pretty bad.
That wasn't very impressive.
So you start emanating a nimbus blue aura, and it starts reviving Torvin and Malachi.
Channeling is not as good as it used to.
Okay, and it's Malachi's turn.
You gave combat advice as well, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Whatever his advice was, I follow it. God, what's going on?
Oh man, you rolled a 3.
3.
Who's gonna get the
It's the
killing
saddest.
blow? It's Flynn's turn.
Oh,
dead.
man. I try to soak up his AOO so Corvin can get out of there. No, forget it. I'm going to attack him.
Mhm.
Oh, glory.
Ooh.
Oh,
man,
headshot.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, you did 2 awesome shots. Basically, you just slung 2 arrows right into him, and one goes into the eye, the other one goes into the acid mark. You basically took him down.
Nice shot, half man.
Half man. The bullet goes down, so both these are down, and Torvin is like, I got a little bit of a wound. I'm not feeling too hot right now. So he takes a swig of 2 potions that he has, which brings him up. He takes a swig of these 2 potions that he has. He's like an alcoholic, by the way. He's like drinking left and right. And he's feeling a lot better. He's like, let's continue to go to Morgan's temple. It's just right over there. As Marty saw, it's not too far away. After the battle, Torvin says, just a second, my brothers. And so he starts dismembering the bullet. He's cutting like limbs off and cleaving meat from bone. He's stripping the tough hide off the animal. And he says, oh, way too much meat for one to eat. Let's be a little generous, shall we? And he starts spreading the meat around the dead animal. He's like, makes it easier for the scavengers to eat. Why, in half a day, she'll be nothing but white bones. So he's basically tearing this thing apart so that some of the other animals it'll make it easier for the other animals to eat. So you guys continue, and Torvin brings you to the
Hey,
end.
we get some of the armor from this thing.
Yeah, it's just
I'll make a shield out of it.
well, right now I say that your bag of holding is almost full because you have like 6 plates in it, which is pretty much the max. So that's pretty much full.
All right.
But he does give you some of the meat for you guys to cook and eat later on. He wraps it in some stuff he had. But he brings you to the entrance of Morgan's temple, and it's a stone structure eroded by the harsh desert environment. On top of the temple is a huge effigy of the god Morgan, the god of death and disease. This god is, as I said earlier, is a god of decay and a disease. His symbol is a pale hand or a diseased hood of a cloak. His followers are fanatics obsessed with the vile practices of Morgan. And the symbol on the bag matches the symbols on this temple. So you guys know that this is a temple of Morgan. And we will continue with that on the second.